Hello, my name is Dr. Dunnington. I will be your instructor for Gen Chem 1 class, so General Chemistry, Chemistry 1411 for this summer 1 term. Very excited to have you all. I just wanted to spend some time talking a little bit about me, the class, kind of some overall structural ideas before we get started on the class. So I know one thing off the top with chemistry, I know for a lot of people this is a prerequisite class, it's probably something you're taking to then go into what you want to do. A lot of times that can lead to being a little hesitant, a little scared, a little not wanting to take it. And so just want to say that's okay. That's pretty normal, pretty used to that after teaching chemistry this long. And we can do this together. So one of the things that I'm trying to do is make chemistry accessible to everybody. If you are, planning to major, that's great. Accessible, and you're going to learn everything you need to learn. But if you're looking to do something else, I don't want chemistry to be a stumbling block or about an obstacle for you, but instead help empower you to learn what you need to know to move into what you want. There is a reason why it's a prerequisite. Hopefully you can get some sense of that through the time in the course. This is an online class, so it will be fully online and it will be fully recorded video. So there won't be any sort of live times that you have to come, sit at a screen, Zoom meetings, or anything like that. It's all pre-recorded videos on YouTube that you can work through at your own pace. Now, that being said, there is a pace that you have to keep up with, but you can work ahead. You can watch videos whenever you want to. This is something is due Tuesday. You can do it whenever, but you have to get it done by Tuesday is the general idea. Everything will be run through our Blackboard, the Lee College Blackboard site. So you want to be accessing Blackboard just using your standard Lee College logins and accessing it in that way. Another thing on top, and with it being an online class, I have been doing that since throughout the pandemic, and even before that I did have some pre-pandemic online teaching experience. But I have to say at this point in time, I feel like an old pro at this. And actually this particular summer class you're getting, this is the second go round of teaching summer online. Not only have we been doing 4 or 5 semesters or 4 or 5 courses online, but 5-week summer I did last year. Online, fully online, a 5-week summer. So you're getting a better version of this class than those people did, I'll tell you that much. And a lot less rushed. And so it should be good, and we should be in this together. And I'm pretty comfortable with all the different tools and have failed at things that didn't work and taken all that stuff out, cleaned the bad things out or improved them. One of the things about it being a summer class, online or not, it's a 5-week class. And so what that means is that this is going to be really intense pacing. And so one of the things that comes from that is there's this, it's going to be really intense with how much we're doing in the pace, right? A normal semester is 16 weeks, we're doing 5 weeks. So that means the class will be on average 3 times what you're used to. So if you've taken like a spring semester and you say you were taking 3 classes, you're gonna, each week of this class, you would expect roughly the same amount of work as for those 3 classes, except it's just chemistry. So it will be a lot. It's not impossible or anything like that, but it will be a lot. And sometimes it's gonna feel like, man, especially with it being online, where, if you're used to like, you would spend time on campus, we would have 4 hours of on-campus class with between lecture and lab every day for 4 days a week, and then you go home and do homework. And with online, sometimes it can feel like, you're watching all the content, then you're doing homework. It feels even longer like you're spending all this time, but it's that watching the lecture videos, doing the labs, watching those videos, engaging in those activities just adds up. You would be doing 16 on-campus hours in a face-to-face class. It's just you're adding in all of the other kind of time on top of that. So it is a lot, don't get me wrong, but we can do this together. I'm here, willing to work with you and to make it possible. But if it does feel like it's kind of crazy sometimes, that's only because it is. Part of that aspect of the high pace, very fast pace, very intense pace of the summer term is that I am going to try to be as accessible as possible. I know that if you have questions, I want to make sure that they can be answered. So you can always email me, you can give me a call. There are discussion boards that you can post questions to that either I will come in and answer or your classmates, you can answer other people's questions. I'm not gonna load you up with contact information right now, but it will be available. But I just want you to know that I always want you to know that you can always reach out to me. Text me, call me, shoot me an email. I try to respond as quickly as possible, especially with, with the pace that we're going through material. I know that questions need to be answered relatively quickly. So I try to be available. I do have this thing with me too much of the time as it is. So I'm generally around if I do see the message on my phone. We will also have office hours. We will have 8 hours of office hours across 3 days. I think it's Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Again, I'm not going to throw it up in this video, but there'll be plenty of videos where I show it. And so that information, or that's times where it'll be online. It's not mandatory, but you can come and we can have real-time interactions during those. You can also, if you want to meet over Blackboard video chat, we can set up a time outside of those office hours. I'm more than happy to meet. I want to be available to you. I know chemistry is a 4-credit class. It's a lot of work. On top of that, it's 5-week. Going to want to meet. I want to be available to you, and I'm always happy to answer emails, answer texts, have phone conversations, whatever works best for you, and whatever we can kind of do in that way. So with that in mind, I'm saying you should talk to me. You should talk to me. I want to spend a little bit of time introducing myself to you. So we are gonna turn off this, pop over here. So when I'm not teaching chemistry, I like to be outside. I like to spend time outdoors. Particularly, I like to look at wildlife. You can see I got my nice binoculars. And oh, whoopsies, was looking at a very fancy seagull over here in the photo. So I do like to bird watch. I do like to go out and spend time looking at wildlife. Also, I spend a lot of time outside with my dog, Wookie. You can see him there. He tends to try to run my life as he should. So he is a big part of my life. I like to spend a lot of time outside with him, spending time with him as well. In terms of, I grew up in Texas. I grew up in Round Rock, which is near Austin. And then I wanted to get away. And so I went to, I did my college education in the Midwest. And I ended up getting my PhD at the University of Wisconsin in Madison, Wisconsin. And I really enjoyed it there. I really enjoyed spending all 4 seasons and engaging with the winter. I did not, this is not a photo of me, but I do enjoy snowshoeing. This is just some random stock image from the internet. But I do enjoy snowshoeing. I enjoy engaging with winter. I do a lot of times miss some aspects of winter. But I like the idea of, I'm okay with us not having winter. Even though this year we did have a little bit of, kind of horrible winter that 1 week. But in general, I'm okay with us never having winter or full winter. After I graduated from Wisconsin with my PhD, I moved to North Carolina and ended up doing a couple of different jobs and just wasn't really happy with what I was doing. And eventually, kind of through some happenstance, ended up teaching at Durham Tech, which is the community college in Durham, North Carolina, and found that it's really where I wanted to be, and it really was what I liked to do. And so I really like that I'm teaching the full college chemistry, but it's not to 120 people that I was teaching at the University of Wisconsin. And I also don't have the small classes of when I've worked in high schools, but I don't have to deal with like discipline issues or the students want to be there. And I really like helping students who want to be there and are engaged in that way. Have chosen to come. I really like that about that. I've been at least since August of 2019. So I guess I'm coming up on a full 2 years. So most of it has been in not normal teaching, but I do enjoy my time at Lee. I really enjoyed working with Lee and working with Lee students and everything like that. I do want to touch, course resources. We will have a textbook. It is available for free. There is just a PDF or a web view you can use. It's called OpenStax Chemistry if you want to take a look at it. You can also buy a printed copy online. Textbooks are provided by the school, but for the summer, but not a hard copy of this book because you can get a PDF of it for free. So if you want to buy a hardcover copy, you can. You're not required to. The book is less of a central role, plays less of a central role in the class. I'm not going to explicitly assign reading, but I will suggest these pages would be accessible if you want an additional resource. We will also have an online homework system. This is outside of Blackboard. This is a website that you can log into. The part of the book coverage or books being paid for is that access to this website will be covered. So this will be another website that you will, sapling, that you will need to generate like a user login for, but not, you don't have to pay for it, and you can access this through the links. I will send out links to that. Just let you know there is an additional website besides Blackboard that we will be using. Kind of some overall view on the schedule of the course. Each week will be broken up into 2 modules, basically 2 parts. And there's going to be a variety of assignments through the week in each of the modules, basically each one copy. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you'll have some assignments, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday would be another set of the same assignments. And it's going to be some video lectures, again, pre-recorded video lectures, and then they'll have some like participation, basically attendance type assignments. We'll have online homeworks and labs. And so you'll see due dates, basically you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So basically something's due most days. Sundays, some days you'll have tests due Sunday. So there will be things due pretty much throughout the week. And this is really kind of gets to some of my ideas to how I structure online classes and how I view online classes. That I really like the flexibility of online classes. That's why I use video lectures and not live meetings that you have to attend at a certain time. I want you to be able to do the class when is best for your schedule, but I also want to make sure you're keeping up with the class. You can't wait to do everything until the Wednesday and Saturday. I want you to be keeping up with the content. You can work at your own pace, but it does need to be fast enough. You can work ahead, which I strongly encourage in an online setting, but you do need to stick with the pace. You know, I don't want you falling behind. So kind of a sample week would be Monday, you watch some lecture videos, you complete that complete your assignments, you do some homework. Tuesday, you watch more lecture videos, complete some other participation assignments, work on the homeworks. Wednesday, do the homework, complete the lab. Thursday, Friday, Saturday is rinse, repeat, right? You're doing that 2 times a week, okay? With it being the summer kind of organization, pace of the summer structure. And so that way, you know, you're kind of sticking with it, sticking with the pace. You don't have, this is where the due dates are going to be basically on this schedule. You're just doing things on the day they're due. Totally fine. That is fast enough. You could also work faster if you want to only do Monday to Thursday work, right? Monday, you're watching videos. You're working on parts of the lab. Tuesday, you're watching the next set of videos. You're completing the lab. That was due, say, Wednesday. Then on Wednesday, you're moving ahead into the back half of the week, right? Things that are due set Friday and Saturday, you're finishing Wednesday and Thursday, and that's totally fine. I encourage you to work ahead, but it's not required. You have that flexibility to do things on your own time. So that you may be thinking like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's a crazy schedule. It is, again, it is summer. It is online, but again, you have one thing that is nice about online summer is you do have some flexibility. It's also really nice if we were doing this online or in person, you'd have to do Monday to Thursday. Summer is so insane that it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You do 8 hours of class. And what has happened with me when I've taught in person, like personally, you teach in person in the summer. Friday rolls around and you're just like, I'm done, right? You end up taking this huge break. You don't want to do any work. You don't want to think about chemistry or any class, and so then you take Friday off, and that is not, you cannot afford that, right? So then Saturday you're playing catch up. Sunday you don't want to do anything, and so it's just you're constantly behind. So I really like that online lets you stretch out the schedule for summer, which kind of makes it a little less intense, which hopefully makes it a bit more tolerable and a bit more kind of manageable, again, on your own time, whatever works best for you. I like the flexibility of online. You cannot beat it, but it does require a bit more stick-to-itiveness, a bit more structure. So that's like where my ideas of the due dates come in. Making your own schedules definitely going to be a good idea, as you probably have done with you probably have plenty of online experience too now. If you have any questions, I hope you feel comfortable reaching out to me. Let me know any questions that you have. I want to be available to you, but otherwise, I'm excited for this semester. If you're watching this before the semester starts, I hope you enjoy the long weekend. Excited for a semester. If you're watching this after the semester starts, welcome to the semester. Enjoy the videos. Otherwise, no matter what you do, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you around. Bye.